What's up, everybody? This is podcast Gameoverse episode 122 for Saturday, October 15. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Rick. We got not a lot to talk about, really. Nothing happened, but
Yeah.
I'm still here to have fun. I'm still here to talk about some video games, man. Let's start where we always start, though. Tell the people what you've been playing.
UNDECEMBER.
I noticed every time I hop on, it tells me you're playing Undecember. That's out now, right? It's not just the demo.
It's out. I'm playing a lot of it. So last week we checked out a bunch of demos. That's up on YouTube if anyone cares to just skim through that a little bit. We went for 10 hours just checking out a bunch of demos on the Next Fest, and Undecember happened to be one of those games where I was like, I could just sit here and play this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I did after it came out, like a couple days afterwards, and then I just dove into it. It's a Diablo-like. It's a Korean Diablo-like.
Free to play.
Free to play Korean Diablo-like. It's more of a Path of Exile like, actually, than a straight up Diablo. But that I like that better because Path of Exile has a couple systems in it that I wish Diablo had, like the whole skill rune system that this game has is like straight up from Path of Exile. So
yeah. It's got like a really nice like free flow progression system.
yeah.
So you don't like pick your class in the beginning. You pick your weapon, and that kind of determines like the class you play.
Not even that. It's you can there's no classes basically. It's all
I just for lack of a better term, because like your weapon affects the abilities you could use. So for lack of a better term, like your weapon affects your class, but there's really no class. You can pick up any weapon you want and use it. And what I liked about Undecember is the skill customization that it has. It kind of reminded me of like Superfuse a little bit, where like you have these like runes, I guess is what they are, that you can attach to like your skill.
Yeah.
And it's set up on a grid, and each active skill you want has colors on the sides of it. And if you attach a rune of the same color to that skill, you can get that skill's effect. So it could be something like increased attack speed, or a stun effect, stuff like that. And you can attach them to another skill. So if they line up just right, you can put skills next to each other with a rune in the middle, and it'll affect both the skills, which is something I really like. Like it's a really weird concept I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
I eventually just started getting some I think they're called like link runes. So you're supposed to link them to your like main runes, your skill runes, and then that amplifies them and modifies them in certain ways. So I found the link rune that it's like a spell. Once you use a spell, it'll trigger another spell that you attach to it. So, say I had like lightning. If I use my lightning and hit something with it, and I linked a fireball to it, I could use the lightning, and whatever it hits, it would cast another fireball off of that.
That is fucking cool.
And it was stuff like that where I'm like, it gets you thinking, okay, how can I use this? How can I maximize this in a way that's more effective for my character? And then like I found like
cool.
I have a mage character.
Yeah.
But they'll just give you like runes for like doing quests and stuff. So like I had a mage character, and I had like a physical attack runes, but I had modifiers that were like, hey, convert to lightning damage, and then all of a sudden that was that physical rune became like a magic rune, and then I can attach spell stuff to it, and then it was doing like spell damage all of a sudden. So it was like stuff like that where you can kind of just modify stuff to if you like really think about it, it's almost like a puzzle in a way where you can just
Yeah.
figure stuff out and kind of tune things to your play style.
Yeah, it's like the inventory system from Resident Evil 4, but for your skills.
Yeah,
And it's really neat. I love it so far. I saw the potential in it from the beginning. I was like, ooh, this is gonna be cool.
yeah. Now, we should talk about there's controversy.
Is there?
There's
Like what? What's
controversy
going
in this
on?
game. Well, this game is sitting at a mostly negative review on Steam. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not. I was pulling up the page right now, actually.
Yeah,
So I wanted to see
people
what the
were
people
not
wanted to say
happy
about
with.
it.
There's a there's a shop, there's a cash shop where you can purchase various in-game items, and a lot of those items are just straight up items that would make benefit for players in the game. Uh, you know, straight up, just like you can just buy like runes and upgrade runes and well, it's mostly like upgrade equipment. You can just straight up buy them from the cash shop, and people were not happy that you can do that. I guess, but at the same time, this actually gets me into a bit of a topic that I wasn't really uh that I was kind of thinking about a little bit, which is it bad to sell um like shortcut items to people uh if it doesn't affect anyone else's game? Like, is it bad that some guy can have a shortcut while if I don't want to pay money, I have to do it the long way?
I think it depends on how the game is designed. If the shortcut is there and you can get to it from normal game progression, I think it's fine. But if the game is designed to be like really grindy and annoying and take forever on purpose to incentivize you to buy the shortcut, that's scummy. Like, wasn't it Battlefield that had like a DLC that was like here and now or something, and it just unlocked everything from the beginning? But that was stuff that you could just get from playing through the game, so people were really pissed off about it.
Yeah.
But if the game was designed to like be shitty to play through to incentivize you to buy it, I think that would be a problem.
It's hard to say whether Undecember is unfairly balanced in that way. It's hard to say right now because they're still doing the game just launched through, so they're doing a lot of promotional events where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
we just launched, so every day you log in, you're gonna get this, this, and this, and
Yeah, I've
uh,
noticed that.
they're just throwing stuff in your mailbox like, hey, we had a little patch yesterday, and we're just gonna give you this for the downtime and shit like that. So it's hard to say right now, but I will say what I am noticing is that the rune upgrade materials
Yeah.
are very hard to come by,
Oop.
and you can just straight up buy them from the
Okay.
shop.
There it is. There it is.
But you don't notice it until so. Putte's getting some static from our mic. Hold on. Keep talking.
All right. But yeah, I think I'm on Steam right now and I'm seeing all the reviews on it. People are complaining about how everything costs money, and a lot of it's like pay to play is what they're saying. But like really aggressive pay to play mechanics. Stuff like buying character slots costs money, more inventory costs money. Even respecing your character costs money, according to the reviews here, which I haven't played it really outside the demo. But if that's the case, why not just charge for the game? I mean,
I
if you're gonna hide basic things behind a paywall, why not just charge for the game or have an option to like cut the bullshit? There should be a cut the bullshit option that's just, pay like $40. Here's the game, bullshit cut out, no ads or something. There's no ads in the game, but like an example,
yeah.
why isn't there an option like that?
My
I
my
would buy
thing
that.
is the way I play these games is super, super casual, right?
Yeah.
I go in. I only make one character,
Yeah.
and I know what type of I know what I want to play when I'm going in.
Yeah. You
Well, I
want like
try
a
to
chain lightning
yeah
spellcaster in like
yeah
all your games. Yeah. Which
yeah I
is
try to
fine. That's what you want.
if it allows me to do that, yeah. So this game allows me to do that. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm gonna make, and I don't really. So everything that doesn't contribute to that, I'm getting rid of. It lets me like dismantle all of your equipment and shit
Yeah.
for resources. I'm dismantling everything that doesn't have intelligence on it. I'm dismantling.
Yeah.
Everything that's of like a physical weapon, I'm dismantling. All archer stuff is gone.
Yeah.
They give you 100 inventory slots to in your inventory, and then they give you 100 storage slots. And you're like not gonna the way I play. I'm like, oh, this is more than enough for like all of my crafting items and all of whatever gear I'm gonna be carrying or potions or whatever. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
never gonna need storage because I'm not hoarding any items or anything. Uh, Anything that's not useful to me immediately is gone. Uh, so like, I don't know that I never felt that. It was always just like once I figured out the runes that I wanted to use, I started upgrading those, and I was like, oh no, this is I'm not gonna have enough to actually do what I need to do with this. And then like that was the problem where it was like, oh yeah, this is where it was around level 20. It was like level 20 I started noticing that uh it was just that though. Like everything else was fine. It was just that. It was just the rune upgrade material specifically to add more slots. I wanted to add more slots to my runes. You can have up to 6 slots to like link other runes to, and they all come with like 2 slots by default, and they might not even be the right colors. So you can change the amount of slots, and you can change the colors, and you can change where the slots are, and it's all random. So
Yeah.
there's 3 items to do each of those things, and the one I was using the most was to add more slots. So I was like, well, if I had like 6 slots on this thing, it would be dope. Uh,
Yeah.
but you have to keep using it because it's random. So you use it, and it's like fuck 1 slot, fuck 2 slots, fuck it's back to 1 slot again. Uh, so like those are the items where like I use the most, and it's just those are very rare to come by. So
Yeah. So I guess it depends. Like, definitely try the game out. It's a fun game. Like that's the thing. It's a fun game. Really, really
yeah,
fun.
and that's the
So
problem. It's like where like as long as the game is fun, I don't I can't just sit here and be like, oh, that is a cash shop, so it negates all the actual fun there is in the game. I don't know.
yeah, I think it would be better if the game. I get why free to play is such like a common model because it's a way to try the game out, see if you like it, and you can put as much money into as you want to invest. But like, I don't know, maybe I'm old school. I'd rather just pay for a game. I'd
Yeah.
rather just pay one time than have a game forever.
Some of the other things that
Than
people were saying is that it's a mobile game. It's a port of a mobile game.
yeah,
So much to the
uh,
point where like it literally says like tap the screen to continue and stuff like that. So uh that was another thing I guess people I mean you can't tell. It looks okay. It's fine looking for if it was a mobile game. And then one of the other things is that it has in protect game guard.
yeah. That's
Uh
another thing. People were complaining about the God damn it, the copyright protection on the game.
yeah.
That's apparently like really scummy. Like, do you know more about it? Because people are like saying it's borderline like spyware.
It installs a driver on your system that cannot be uninstalled even after you remove the game. So
Uh,
that's basically it. It's a driver that is inactive unless there's a game running that activates it. So even though it's there, it's completely inactive.
yeah, it's harmless basically.
Yeah, yeah. And you can
Okay.
verify this by opening the services menu in Windows and looking at it. and it's not active unless there's a game running that activates it.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, like, I can understand people being annoyed by it. They can't just like delete it when they delete the game, but like if it's not doing anything, like what's the problem?
it's just there's multiple games that use it, so you
Yeah.
can't. If you uninstalled one game that was using it, you might have another game that needs it,
Yeah.
and it's not. They can't really like do it that way, but
Which is
yeah,
interesting because the driver's like not hard baked into the game itself. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's interesting. It's a separate like driver for the game.
Yeah, it should
Like it
be
needs a game
just
to run, but it's weird that it's not like hard baked into it. It just sounds like it's a bad like coding thing. It doesn't sound like it's anything malicious.
yeah. It should just be like a per game thing.
Yeah,
But
which is like really weird. But
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like people are being too harsh on it, maybe because it's so popular. You know what I mean? Because like it was the most, because it was the most downloaded game for that demo derby. Remember, it was on the top of all the lists for
yeah,
action RPGs, downloads, RPGs, like every list you can think of. If it had anything to do, if that game was in any category, it was on top of that list for it. It was insane.
yeah, yeah. And if you look, so if you're looking at the video in the stream now, you're seeing. I took it. I'm always taking a peek at the cash shop just to see what's available in there. And it's
Yeah,
all the other thing about what they're offering in this is that it's all upgrade materials, and you can break the game for yourself, not in terms of like being OP, but if you upgrade your runes too much, you can upgrade them they cost more resources the more you upgrade them. Like
yeah,
the requirements increase. So even if you did buy all these upgrade materials, you would fuck yourself if you actually upgraded your runes too much, because you upgrade them past the point of where you could even use them anymore. Um, and they would just let you do that, but you wouldn't even be able to use the thing anymore. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So like, even though you can do that, it's like you would ruin your equipment
yeah,
if you upgraded it too much, because the requirements increase. Or like if it was like a skill, if it was like a magic rune, it would cost more magic to even cast it. So
yeah.
you'd be able to cast it maybe 2 times before you ran out of mana. It's like shit like that where it's like, yeah, you could just upgrade stuff, but like it doesn't mean you should. Um,
Yeah. So maybe that's just a part of it too, because the game's like still so new that there's some things that need to be worked out. I'm sure like some balances and some economy changes will come by later, but I don't know. We'll see as the game releases. But I mean, in the meantime, if you're having fun with it, like who cares what people say, man? Like,
it's fun. Game's fun. Uh,
yeah, like I had fun with the demo I was playing. It was dope as hell.
you get a lot of. They give you a lot of stuff
You do.
free. I mean, just for like playing, just for killing enemies. If you like count by, I don't know, zone, one zone I was getting like so many upgrade materials, like rare. I was getting like rare drops and rare upgrade materials for those drops. So like the rare drops, the rare items that would drop with like 6 slots that had nothing in them, and then I would have like 4 upgrade materials to add slots to them. And you would only
Yeah.
need like, usually I would only need it once. I would use one, and I would have all 6 of those slots would be filled with rare modifiers just for using one of those items, and I would have like at least like 4 or 5 or 6 that I could use. So I don't know. I felt like the drop rate was like totally fine. Um, uh,
Yeah. For a little bit I was playing, I was getting pretty generous drops and a little bit I was playing the demo. So I don't know. Again, like if you're enjoying the game, I say just play it, man. If you're having fun with it, who gives a shit?
yeah, yeah.
Like, it's a fun game.
I feel like people just look at the shop and go, "Oh, it has microtransactions." Fucking
I mean,
down.
to be honest, that's what happened with to me with like what was it? What was that other like Korean MMORPG that
Oh,
came out a little while
Lost
ago?
Ark.
Yeah, but with Lost Ark though, it was like really annoying because it was constantly reminding me to buy
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
and it had like 16 fucking different currencies, and they all bought something different. I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
done.
This only has two. This only has two.
Yeah.
So not it's
And
not
I don't
that
feel
bad.
like it's constant. And from the video I was playing, it wasn't like constantly nagging me to like buy
Yeah,
shit.
it
So
doesn't it doesn't it doesn't do any of that.
yeah.
Everything,
So
most of the stuff it gives you, it gives you. It does a. I want to talk about this game so much because it does a lot of good stuff. I don't know.
yeah,
There's a thing where I like to just explore we all know this. Where I like to see the overlay map
yeah,
because I like to uncover the entire map before I move on to the next area. And
yeah.
this game rewards you for doing that. Once you get 100% coverage of a zone, it says, "Hey, you got 100% coverage. You fully explored this. Here's some items to
Oh, that's
it,
cool.
yeah, yeah." So it encourages you to get 100% exploration of the map, which is dope. Yeah, there's like tons of like achievements and stuff. It just gives you for just doing random stuff. But for like destroying boxes and picking up gold.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, they're very generous with the items. Uh, I don't know. It's hard to not like this game just because it has the cash shop for people who just it just seems like people who just want a shortcut. Really,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's yeah, it's hard to see like all the hate justifiably speaking, but again, I had fun with the demo. I am gonna boot the game up again sometime and play it again because I was having fun with what I was playing.
Yeah,
With a
it's
lot of fun.
it's the same thing when people like when Overwatch 2 came out and they switched their loot box system into the uh, battle pass system. And people were like, "Oh my god, this is so much worse. It would take you 73 years to get all the skins for Kimiko." And it's like, first of all, I think that the metric you're using to measure that is like completely wrong because you would never you would never want all the skins. Like you don't need everything.
Yeah.
So why like
And even
this
if you did, like, you didn't pay for the game, so
yeah.
like, what's the problem? Like,
It's just like the metric. They did the same thing with Diablo Immortal. It was like it would take you 300 years to max out everything. And I'm like, you don't need to max out every fucking thing. Like, you don't need the 100%. These games aren't made to 100%, and if they are, like, they're supposed to take you a long time to do that. But
yeah, like that's the thing that weirds me out about it. Like, people who complain about that, like, oh, it would take you like a year to like 100% and get everything. I was like, okay, look at your Steam library right now. How many games do you 100% that you pay $60 for, dude? Like, come on, come on, dude. But
yeah, so
whatever. Um,
I always hate when people like measure by a metric of like maxing everything out because that's never what the goal is to do. It's never to max every fucking thing.
yeah. I can understand to an extent, like with Battlefront 2, like that was like really egregious. It would take like it was like 10, like what was it, like fucking 20 hours of grinding to like max out like a skill or something.
Yeah.
Like that's like ridiculous. If it's to get those like ability cards or whatever, like the way people measured it, how long it would take for that. Like that makes sense if it's like progress stuff, like actual like statistic, like your character stats. If it's something like totally egregious like that, I can understand. But like if it's cosmetics, who cares if it takes forever to get all the cosmetics? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
The-
to an extent, like also Battlefront 2 was like a $60 game and they were doing this like monetization. That's bullshit. But if it's a free to play game, like
yeah.
who cares? If it takes them forever to get the cosmetics. Like you don't need every cosmetic, like you said. Like
Well, it's just especially when like half of them are just reskins of like I think in Overwatch, like you get like six of the skins are just like different colors, and then they
yeah,
have like truly like rare skins, but at least like two of them they'll have two versions of it that are like different colors of like each of
yeah.
like the rare and like legendary skins, and I'm like, you don't need every color of every skin. It's shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys are just
It's a weird thing to like complain about. At least to me, it is. If it's
yeah,
like cosmetic stuff, like who cares if it takes forever? Like you didn't pay for the game. If you paid $60 for the game and it's like taking forever to get the stuff, like yeah, I get it, but the game's free. Like stop bitching.
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm just. I'm sure there are people who are hearing this and are like pissed off at me that for pissed off at us for that opinion, but I don't know. Like Undecember was fun. Like that's all I could say. Like at the end of the day, is that like what we judge a game by? Like how fun it is to play? Like
yeah, yeah.
I
And
don't know.
it's fun. So
It is fun. It's a lot of
definitely,
fun. There are a couple highlights from the demo derby. Like Undecember was really good. I played Cassette Beasts a lot too. That was a lot of fun. I really, really
yeah,
like Cassette Beasts. Those of you who don't know, Cassette Beasts is a Pokemon like, but the gimmick is that you become the creature that you catch, kind of like Digimon, like some of the later Digimon series. But you can fuse that with like your party members, like Cassette Beast, and create a whole new creature with that's like more than the sum of its parts. It's really, really neat. I only got to do it once in the game. It shows it off like once in the game because I played the demo and it was really cool the way it worked. And it's a charming game too. Like the music's really fun. Like you and I like our jaws like dropped when the music was playing and the lyrics like kicked in. Remember
yeah.
that? Which by the way, I've been listening to that song on repeat like since that demo derby, dude. It's called Wherever We Are Now by Joe Bayless. It's on YouTube. I'm sure I'm responsible for most of that song's view count, dude. It's crazy.
Is that an exclusive song for the game?
It was written for the game, yeah.
Okay.
It's really, really cool, dude. Like it's a fun game. It's really neat, and I can't wait till it comes out. I'm just worried it's not getting like the attention it really needs though, because it wasn't on like any major lists for the demo derby, and even the trailer for the game, it doesn't really have too many views. It's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I
Yeah.
looked at like the most recent trailer came out like 4 months ago, and it's only got like 7,000 views. So I'm like, oh no, I hope this game does well because it's so good.
Yeah. Maybe once it comes out, people will see it. And be like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
its biggest problem was competing with like everything else during that demo derby, dude. Like
yeah.
that was the I keep saying demo derby was the next fest. We call it what we did was a demo derby, but
I even
yeah,
when I was, uh, I had to like really it. It was kind of buried in there because I wasn't looking for it.
yeah,
I was just going through the discovery queue. Like Steam will just feed you random games, and they had a special one that just had the demos in it, and I had to go through it like multiple times, just looking for stuff, and then like that came up, and I was like, oh shit, and it was like other stuff that came up too that I was like, why isn't this on the first page?
yeah, and it's because there's like a million other games there
Yeah.
that are worth just as much of your time, honestly. And it's a bummer because
So
like the game is good.
that's a problem that Steam gets criticized a lot for is like the whole like discovery thing. Like indie
Yeah,
devs don't really get they don't really have discovery like a lot of the other platforms are because there is so much I won't say garbage on Steam, but there's a lot of trash on Steam that you kind of have to weed
yeah,
through to get to the good stuff. So
yeah. Yeah, and that's the like big bummer with it is that there's a lot of garbage you have to sit through to find like the really good stuff. I don't think I've ever like legitimately used the Discover system to like find something. Like it's always been word of mouth from like friends
yeah,
because the Discover system's so fucking broken.
it tries to know what you like in terms of like what you've
Tries,
bought before,
emphasis on
what you played
tries.
before. Yeah, it's like, hey, we heard you like uh SOCOM 2. Well, here's hentai SOCOM for.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly,
what?
exactly. Like a perfect example. I downloaded a porn game like just to try it. Well, it was a demo. It was
Yeah.
honestly, because it had a funny name. It was called Spunk Stock.
Okay.
It's like a music festival. It's a music like rhythm porn game. That's like it's not that good. I played it for like an hour and like there's nothing that really changed for like the moment to moment gameplay. But because I played that demo for an hour, Steam was like, "Oh, you played Spunk Stock, so here's like 100 pages of porn games for you to try
Yeah.
out."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, I tried a demo for an hour. Does it mean like I want to drop $70 on Honey Select 2 Libido DX?" Like, calm down. Also, it's recommending like Naraka Blade Point for some reason, which is like an that's that melee battle royale.
Yeah.
Because I played a porn game, I guess because they both have like a nudity tag.
Yeah, the tags are like bad. Like the tags are user made, so
Yeah,
like you'll hit a Barbie game that has like psychological horror. You're like, what? It's My Little
yeah,
Pony game.
it's weird. And then that leads on a rabbit hole because like I click on. I don't understand how this works because like it recommended Naraka Blade Point to me because I played that porn game for like an hour. But it's also like similar to games you play, and it's like Lost Ark and Smite, and I'm like, okay, that's not the metric you used to recommend me the game though. But whatever. I don't know. It's super weird the way the algorithm like determines like what to recommend you. It's super weird,
Yeah.
and it's why you can't rely on it. And it's a bummer because like I'm sure there's a ton of games that I would love that just don't get the recognition
It should
that
take
they
play
need.
time into account. It should be
They
like, hey,
should.
you played 300 hours of this game, so we can tell you really like it.
Yeah, I agree. And I hope Cassette Beast does well. It's not set to come out for like what, like another year, I think, like next year, it's set to drop. So
Yeah. I don't think it has a date
I
yet.
hope it's good. I really, really hope. Well, I know it's going to be good, but I hope it does well because I want to see more games like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a game I really liked. Anything else like from the demo derby that you wanted to like talk about that's really stuck out?
Uh, once after you left
Yeah,
the game, there was one game I played called Slay the Princess.
Slay the Princess.
Slay the
Okay, what is that?
Princess, which it's like it's a literal choose your own adventure where there's a story, like there's a narrator, and he's like telling you a story like, hey, you gotta go. You're the guy. You're the hero. So you gotta go. There's this princess in this castle, and you gotta go kill her. So so go on and do that, and then along the whole way, you can as the hero, you can ask questions to the narrator, like, wait, what do you mean I gotta kill this princess? Like, what did she do? Or you can just go and like, okay, I gotta kill this princess. Let's go do this. I'm the hero. And it gives you just choices. You can just choose to question everything, or you can choose to not do it, or you can choose to do it, or you can choose how you do it. Um, and it was a really cool because I don't usually play like there's not I don't we have like the Telltale adventure games which are like very popular, but those
Yeah.
usually only give you like those usually have a set path, right? There's like a set destination, and there's like branching stuff you can kind of do from that path, but eventually it all leads back into the same core narrative. But something like this, it's like a literal choose your own adventure. Like you have all the control.
I like
So
that a lot. I'm watching the trailer for it, and it's like it's very meta, this trailer that I'm watching.
yeah, actually, I think the demo was specifically made just to be a demo.
That's really good.
From what I can tell, the demo is completely standalone. It even had like an achievement. So it was really cool. The I played it and I was like, I want to buy this and play this right now because it was
I'm like
very interesting.
looking at the Steam page for it, and I feel like I'm spoiling it for myself. Like looking at some of these screenshots they're showing, because I'm like, there's something going on here that the game's not upfront about. And I'm like, I regret like looking at some of these because
Yeah, I don't know what's on the page, but
some
uh,
crazy shit's on the page. I'm not
yeah,
gonna spoil anything for anybody, but some crazy shit here.
it goes some
Like,
places. But I will say,
yeah,
I would imagine there's way more. I would imagine there's way more to it than what
I
they
would
ever show
imagine
you.
too.
Because yeah, I didn't expect it does things that I didn't expect it to do even after I'd seen what it did. So uh,
Ooh, I'm gonna try that now. I'm gonna download that.
I don't know if the demo's still up, but if it is, definitely give that a
It
try.
is. It is. So I'm downloading that right now.
It's very interesting. So
That is cool. I'll definitely give that a try then. Yeah, there's so many. Yeah, if you guys want to check it out, like again, it's on the YouTube channel.
so YouTube
It's like
channel,
10 hours.
everything's all chaptered up. I chaptered everything up by game. So
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That must
So
take it a hot minute.
it took a hot minute to do that. So but I do it for people who don't got 10 hours to sit there and watch some shit.
Which is
So
fair. That's probably most people.
yeah, but it's up there on the YouTube, Gameoverse.com/YouTube. It's up there, so yeah, check it out.
Go check it out for sure. But yeah, I didn't really play too much this week. I went back through my backlog and played some older games. I got back into Neo 2, which like I stopped playing because it started to frustrate the fuck out of me. And then I restarted it. And now that I kind of know some more of the game from the beginning, I'm having a lot more fun with it.
Okay.
So I'm not getting my ass kicked in like every 2 seconds. I know like how to spec my character out and like what to put points into. So I'm having fun with that. I re-downloaded Torchlight 2 to give that another try. That's still fun. I don't know why I stopped
Wow.
playing it, honestly.
You
Yeah.
know, there's a new one out.
That's why I downloaded Torchlight 2, because like
Okay.
I downloaded the new Torchlight Infinite because it's a free to play game, Torchlight Infinite, the newest one,
Yeah.
and it's on mobile and PC. I downloaded it on mobile because I was out of the house the other day. Long story, but I was like, I'm gonna download it, give it a try. Took forever to download. Took forever to finally log in because I wasn't on like a Wi-Fi network. And then when I finally logged into it, made an account, it was like, oh, our servers are down. There's maintenance till like tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, so that sucks. So I ended up just downloading Torchlight 2 again, and I played that, and I was like, okay, this is still fun. I don't know why I stopped playing it. It's a fun game. Is it as good as Diablo? No, but it's fun.
Does it have controller support?
I don't know about the PC version, but I was playing on Switch, so yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And yeah, that's all I really played. I really played too much this week. Let's get into the news. News is in quotations, but
Yeah, there's not much happening, so
not much. PlayStation Plus has a new game lineup for October. Games that should have been here already, if you ask me, but I'm glad they're better late than never. So for their new premium subscription, we can play Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the definitive edition, Dragon Quest 11S, Echoes of an Elusive Age, definitive edition, which fantastic game. I recommend it. If you got that, so if you got that subscription, play Dragon Quest 11. It's fucking awesome. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Dragon Quest Builders, Builders 2, Heroes and Heroes 2. Inside, honestly, I don't know why that wasn't there from the beginning, but whatever. The Medium for PS5, which
terrible game.
you didn't like.
Terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, you did not like that. From what I saw, I remember you showed me the ending and I was like, that's bullshit.
Yeah. The game kind of just stops, and you're like, "That's it." Yeah.
Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Striker, and Assassin's Creed Chronicles, China, India, Russia, and Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Ho Hokum, And for PS Plus Premium Classics, are these classics? Like
According to them, it is.
Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 remastered, Limbo, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, and Everyday Shooter. So good that they're like padding out that lineup a bit more. Still not worth the cost of entry, if you ask me, but it's good on them for padding out that lineup some more.
Yeah, I feel like the premium subscription is a raw deal.
I
you
agree.
are getting you're getting scraps from that.
I agree, dude.
The highest tier is getting you the least amount of shit right now. It seems like.
Yeah, dude. It's a bummer.
Yeah, like the extra seems pretty good. Like the extra I would actually get. Uh, but some of these Assassin's Creed games, they're only for PS4. They make a note that they're only PS4, which I don't know what that means. So you can't play them on PS5. It says
Yeah, that's good.
PS4 only.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like, does that mean you can only play it on PS5 or you can't play on PS5? Because that'd be weird. Like,
Yeah, like why you can't play Syndicate on PS5?
yeah,
Is that game
it's
still
I don't
broken?
understand.
No, that's not the one. It was Unity that was broken.
It was Unity that was broken. And I think it is still broken. Yeah, I don't know. In other news, quickies, NVIDIA is unlaunching the 12 gig 4080.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just it. It's not happening. Like it's
I
just
thought
a
this was
16.
I thought this was an Onion post for a second.
I
It
did
came
too
out.
until I clicked on. I was like, oh, this is actually like NVIDIA's like page here.
Yeah. And they don't like the wording on this is weird. Like it's not worded like. Well, first of all, they use like less than a paragraph here. Basically, they're saying, uh, the RTX 4080 12 gig is a fantastic graphics card, but it's not named right.
Yeah.
That's basically all they're saying. So we're pressing the unlaunch button. Uh, that's it. The 16 gig
Yeah.
is coming out on November 16th. Uh,
And they show pictures of like the 4090 launch.
yeah, look at all these fucking
And
suckers, dude.
yeah,
You know what?
like
The 4090 is an incredible card. It's like it's like the first card in a while that's truly a next generation leap in terms of graphical power. So if you were to buy any of these cards, that's like the one. Because even the 4080, even the 16 gig, is like twice the 4090 is like twice as powerful or twice as fast in the games that they were like and they're like in their own charts. The 4090 was twice as fast than the 4080 16 gig.
yeah, and it's only like what, like $300 more, $400 more.
Yeah,
Like you
and
might as well just get the 4090 at that, or the yeah, you might as well just get the 4090 at that point.
yeah,
Like
and the 4080 16 gig, which I'm hoping they just rename that to just 4080, but since now they're not doing the 12 gig, so the 4080 is only marginally better than the 3090 Ti,
yeah,
which you can get for like less than you can get for like the same price, I think. So it's like why even use a 4080 if you're not just getting the 4090?
exactly. Like I'm running like God, what is it? My rig. I think it's like a 2060 I have on my rig right now. I have to double check. But like if I'm gonna upgrade, I'm getting the 4090. Like that 4080 is like just not worth it. Like
Yeah, yeah,
with how much more power you're getting out of the 4090, it doesn't make sense to choose the 4080 over the 90.
yeah,
If it was like a lot cheaper, yeah, I can understand, but it's only like $400. Like which
yeah.
people are I understand how privileged that sounds. Like, oh, it's $400. Not a lot of people have that. It's not like people have 1,200 to drop on a card either, dude. Like if you can scrounge together 1,200 for a card, you can wait a little bit longer to scrounge together 1,500 or 1,600. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird pricing model. Like, I feel like it should be a lot cheaper. I feel like the 4080 should be a lot cheaper. The 4090 should be a lot more expensive, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's we'll see how all of
yeah,
this ends up. At least we'll see when that like 4080 comes out, and then the people who were like do the testing on these things and actually test them and see where the numbers actually lie. But I'm not their own charts. You like when you put out when you're the guys making your own charts, you would try to make it look as good as possible. And when the 4090 is like double in most cases on your own charts, you're like, yeah, this is probably
yeah, which
not
tells
even
they're either
worth it.
making the 4090 look better than it should, or they're making the 4080 look worse than it should.
Yeah,
Like, which nobody wants to do that. So
yeah,
yeah, like you said, I'll have to wait to see what independent speed tests look like. But from what I'm seeing here, from what NVIDIA is telling me, it doesn't make sense to buy a 4080.
yeah.
At least not right now. At least not for that price. But we'll see, man. I don't plan on upgrading my rig anytime soon. But if I do, I'm definitely be looking at some force like the 4090 if I do. Um, Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming to PC November 18th.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm still pissed off that these are like separate on PC. They should have been launched together, but whatever.
Yeah, especially since they're coming out so close.
Exactly. They're coming out so close to each other. Like it doesn't make sense to like spread them out except to just like make more money. And that's really what it is for, to charge for two different games instead of one package. But
Miles Morales is the better game. So, what is the, what am I what is this in the hold on. Is there a
what?
spider cat? What is that?
Oh yeah, that's a costume
For who?
for Miles.
You can just turn
So
into a cat.
no. So there's a mission you do where you save this bodega owner's cat, right? And he names the cat Spider-Man because the dude like loves Spider-Man. And as a gift to you, he's like, "Hey, if anytime you want to take my cat out to hang out with you, you can."
Okay.
And so he puts a mask on the cat, and the cat like helps you out, and like it's like one of your like special moves. When you fill your bar up, it's like one of your special moves. The cat comes out and like fucks a dude up for you. It's pretty funny.
Okay. Yeah, I did not do.
Yeah,
I didn't do any of the side stuff in that game. I just did the main.
I say side stuff, but the side content in this game is like really, really good.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
it's not like you don't need to do it, but minor spoilers, not really spoilers, but obviously if you do the side stuff, it's going to make the ending more impactful. Mainly because, again, minor spoiler, but not really. Spider-Man is, at least Miles Morales Spider-Man, is like that area of New York Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like he's a Spider-Man for the people of color, basically.
yeah.
He's that local Spider-Man is what he is. And if you do the missions for all the locals and stuff, Spider-Man, he like Miles has like comments on who these people are. Like he's known these people, he's grown up around these people. So do the side content. Trust me, it's really good, and it makes the ending more impactful if you do it. Like a lot more impactful. Um, but yeah, it's fun. I love Miles Morales. I love the Spider-Man game in general. I think it's just the new Sony Spider-Man games are fucking fantastic. And I want to buy it on PC, but I can't justify dropping that much money on a game I already own, even if it is for PC.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm now replacing all of my. I did this with PS3 when I went to PC. It's like, okay, can I replace all the games I have on PS3 with their PC versions? Do they have PC versions? Um, and the answer to that was not at the time, but then we started getting there. They started
Yeah,
releasing all that stuff on PC, and I was like, oh, we're there now. Get rid of this console. So
Yeah, but it's hard to justify because like Spider-Man Remastered, which just comes with the base Spider-Man game and like the DLC for it, so none of the Miles Morales stuff, is
yeah,
$60 still on PC.
that you got to know where to
And
look though. You got to know where to
yeah,
look. Let me
and
see.
Miles Morales is launching for 50.
Like it'll launch for that price, sure, but you can. The thing about PC gaming is that there's always a deal to be found somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's
there
see.
is, but you know, if you're just looking at the Steam page, which you shouldn't be, but if you are, like
Yeah.
that's a lot of money to be asking for such an old game. And
Um.
it's a good game, don't get me wrong, but like shit, dude, $60? Really? Are you
Okay. There's
crazy?
there's a version on itch.io for $1,000. What is that?
Get the fuck out of here. What? What is that?
I don't know what
Does it
that
suck your dick?
is. I hope. Okay, maybe I'm not using the right
Yeah, Pud is saying it's $40 on CD keys.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, I use CD keys. CD keys is great.
CD keys is good. You got to be careful when you're on CD keys because like a lot of them are like really questionable, like review copies, for example, that just never got like used.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, it's like, oh, only available in this region. There's no online multiplayer for it. Like you got to be careful with the version you're looking at. I don't think it'd be a problem with Spider-Man, but yeah, you got to be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah. Spider-Man Remastered has been down to $40. So, that's
I
not
wouldn't honestly. I love, and this is going for someone who loves Spider-Man. I wouldn't pay more than like $30 for Spider-Man and like maybe 20 for Miles Morales.
yeah. Yeah.
Like if I can get both games for like $50, $40, that might be worth it. But yeah, from what they're
Yeah.
asking for, I think it's too much for.
It's the same thing. Like Square Enix is the same thing with the Final Fantasy VII remake. I was like
Oh
70.
yeah,
That game's been out
which
for
was
like 3 years or
ridiculous. That was
something.
ridiculous. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here with that. Yeah, make me fucking pirate your shit with how much you're charging for it. Like, Jesus. But yeah, Miles Morales is coming out in November. It's good. Honestly, it's good. Get it on a deal though. It's not worth $50. It's a good game. It maybe would have been worth 50, maybe if it like hadn't come out yet, but the game's been out for a little while already.
Yeah.
It's cheaper on other consoles. Just because it's on PC, don't pay that like PC tax for it. Come on. Um Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden are releasing on modern platforms January 19th. So they're both releasing at the same time, then they're not spreading them out. That's cool.
Yeah.
Which Persona 4 Golden is the game that got me into Persona. Like, I'll
Yeah,
be
me
honest.
too.
Like I got my Vita. I was looking for a game for it. Some dude at GameStop was like, have you heard of Persona? It's like, no. He was like, check this out. It was only $20 at the time. He's like, if you don't like it, bring it back. And I fucking fell in love with it. Hundreds of hours I've done to the Persona 4 Golden. I played that game like 3 times. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It got me into Persona. Because of that, I went back and bought Persona 3 Portable and downloaded that to my Vita. And they're good games. I'm excited for that to be dropping January 19th, especially since it's coming to Game Pass too. So
Yeah.
there you go. And there is talk of like releasing on Switch too, right?
I think so. Yeah. No, it's coming to. Well, it's not listed on the. It's not listed in the picture here they put in their announcement. They're only showing Xbox and Windows here. So, but I know it's coming to PS4. I don't think it's coming to PS5
Yeah, I don't
though.
know. I know
Or
that Persona 5 Royal is coming out on Switch. I think the same time it hits like other consoles. Oh, the next day, October 21st is when Persona 5 Royal is dropping. So I would assume like I know they said Persona 4 and 3 are coming out for Switch too. So even though I don't have it on the marketing material, it is coming out for Switch, I think around the same day. My only bummer, the only like concern I have is Persona 3 Portable. Persona 3 is a weird game. because of how it was released. So there's like 3 versions of the game, right? And they're all different. There's no like definitive version of Persona 3. So there's a standard Persona 3 game. There's Persona 3 FES, which is an expanded version of Persona 3. It has more demons, not demons, it has more personas to fuse and story content that takes place after the ending. And then Persona 3 Portable came out, which doesn't have that FES content, but it does have like another campaign you can play through as a female character with like her own different social links and her own personas to fuse. But the game is told in a like visual novel style without like any cutscenes. Like the cutscenes are there, but it's told in a visual novel. It's not told in like traditional cinematics. And the UI is different, so you're not like actually walking around town anymore. You're selecting it from a map. But there's quality of life changes. Like you can actually control what your party members do, which you couldn't do in the original game. They kind of acted on their own. So it's weird. There's no like definitive version that has all the quality of life changes, all the content without compromises that the PSP version has. So that's the only thing that bugs me about it.
I think the PSP version is the best version.
It is, but you don't get the FES content, which I don't even know if it's canon anymore, to be honest, because it's never referenced. So I'm sure there's like a Persona fan listening to this is like, well, actually, but that's not the version they're remastering, though. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Also, if you want to be technical, the female protagonist was playable in Persona Q2. So that tells me 3 Portable is more canon than FES, but whatever. I don't know. It's weird that they're not taking the time to be like, hey, here's like a definitive Persona 3 version. Both main characters are in it with FES content and the quality of life changes from Portable without any of the concessions for the Portable version. Like that would be a better version for that. I think they should have done, but I get that costs money, so they're not going to do that. It's easier to remaster an existing version of the game than to stitch together something else. I'm still excited. It's cool to see like Atlas acknowledging a game other than Persona 5, so I'm still excited. I'm going to pick it up. I bought Persona 4 Golden like twice already, once on Vita, once on Steam. You can bet your ass I'm going to buy it again for Switch. So I can't wait till that comes out.
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot 4 is coming to Steam October 18th with a new game teased for December 8th. I've heard good things about Crash 4. I need to try it.
Yeah, it's been on PC, but it was only through Battle.net. So it's coming to Steam now, which is
cool. It's been on PC. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you can only get it through Battle.net. So basically, it's not been. no one's gonna buy a Crash game on Battle.net. I would love to see the numbers on that though.
I want to see the numbers on that too to see what that looks like.
Like Battle.net is basically just a World of Warcraft launcher, and
basically
Overwatch,
a Diablo launcher. Well, for me, it's a Diablo launcher. Yeah. So, yeah, I want to see what the Steam numbers look like once that comes out. FF7, The First Soldier, ending service January 11th. Not even a year.
Bummer.
Those of you who don't know, FF7 is the mobile only battle royale set in FF7.
The First Soldier.
Yeah. If it sounds dumb, that's the reason for that. It's because it is dumb. There's no reason for this to exist.
Well, don't knock it till you try it. I've been wanting to install this and try it out myself, but I kept forgetting about it.
Yeah, because it's not a memorable game at all. Like, there's nothing memorable about it, dude.
And I want to record it too, and I just haven't. There's like stuff. There's ways to do that on mobile, but I want to use a controller. There's just things I want to do with it that I want to do it right. But yeah, I want to check this out before they kill it.
Give it a shot. If it's good, like, let me know if like Square Enix is making a mistake. But apparently, like, no one else played it either. That's why they're closing it down.
Yeah.
Also, I've heard nothing good about it. Like,
I've heard nothing about it. Period. So
so we'll see when it happens. Also, Direct Storage 1.1 is coming soon. You want to tell me what this is?
okay, so this is Direct Storage 1.1.
Yes, I read the title.
Yeah. So it's basically, you know how the PS5, it's like it requires a NVMe drive for the utmost
Yeah.
performance, and uh, Xbox Series X is kind of like doing the same thing, uh, in the form of direct storage. It's on the console, but in order to do it on PC, you need an NVMe drive, and that's like the core of it is the NVMe drive SSD. It offloads some of the compression and decompression of graphics assets that video games do. It offloads that from the CPU. It's something that the CPU does, and then sends it to the GPU for so it can use it.
Okay.
What it does is instead of doing that on the Direct Storage 1.0, instead of sending it to the GPU, it stores it in on your NVMe drive because it's a lot faster to keep it there than on your GPU memory or whatever.
Okay, that's really cool.
That's what 1.0 did. Now 1.1, what 1.1 is going to do is it's going to offload some of the CPU decompression and compression shit. It's going to offload that to the GPU because it's much faster than the CPU at doing those kinds of functions. So basically, what this is going to require is 1.0 already requires an NVMe drive, and 1.1 is going to require a GPU that's capable of the new API stuff. So there are some examples here that with the old version, something that took them 2.36 seconds now takes 0.8 seconds
Okay.
on the new thing. So very cool, very cool. I think the problem with PC, the reason they think they can get away with it in consoles is because they can just put an NVMe drive in the console, and you don't have to worry about it. But PCs have much different hardware compatibility. You can use anything you want. So a lot of people haven't made the upgrade to NVMe drives yet. So this is something that requires an NVMe drive. So they can't really make games yet that require this stuff because not everyone has the hardware to do it yet, basically. So
Okay.
that's where we're at.
There you go. That's the
That's
tech
it.
talk, everybody.
Yeah.
That's neat. Okay, well, I can't wait for that to come out. I don't think my GPU supports that at all, but I'll find out.
It probably does. I think most modern GPUs already.
Yeah.
I think it's like a per game thing that has to happen. Like the game has to support it. I think Star Citizen is really the only game that requires it. Uh, but everything else, I don't think there's anything else that uses it on PC, which is a bummer. And even on like PS5 and shit, I think Ratchet is the only game that I've seen that really. I mean, some of the games like obviously it has like way better load times, and that's like part of it. But
Yeah.
there's not many games that are using this period, or at least like taking full advantage of this stuff. So it's like you're not missing much. Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. All right. Check it out then. Once it drops, I'll see if like I should could support it. But we got some new trailers coming out. Among Us VR got a release date trailer for
Yeah,
November 10th is when it's set to release. I mean, this is a funny. This is funny. Like this works as a VR game.
it looks
Honestly.
really good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it
And the
looks
thing
good.
about
Like,
the thing about VR is you have to make so much more considerations about. I don't know if you've played Among Us, but part of it is like having you gotta like look at a lot of stuff because it has that like
Yeah.
top down perspective, so you can see a lot of what's happening with a top down perspective more than you can see in like a first person perspective. You can't see anything that's behind you, so you have a lot less awareness of what's happening around you when you're playing this in VR. So there's just a lot more considerations to take note of is when you're if you're like the imposter and you're gonna go in for a kill or you're gonna do something, you really gotta like look around and see what's happening. It's like it's something I really want to try.
Yeah, this is like a really cool. It's a cool on its own. It was a cool concept, but putting it in VR takes it like a whole other level.
Yeah,
That's really really neat. I want to check that out. That sounds awesome.
they announced this along with the new the Meta Quest Pro 2 or whatever the hell they're calling it, which is
Yeah.
a $1,500 headset.
Jesus.
A headset costs as much as a 3090, so or a 4090. So
Jesus.
not that this requires that, but just
Yeah, it doesn't require it at all. But
just a little point of comparison.
oh, we also got a gameplay launch trailer for Gotham Knights. People are excited for this game. I don't know why. It doesn't look like it's doing
Yeah,
anything good, really.
they actually came out and said that the PS5 and Series X versions of the game are going to be running at 30 frames, and I'm like,
No.
you've got to be kidding
Really?
me. Yeah, yeah.
That's gross, dude. Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
maybe don't buy those versions. Maybe just play this on PC if you're gonna play it. Maybe just don't play it.
How does this game look worse than Arkham Knight? That's the thing I don't understand. Right? Like this is Arkham Knight looked better than this, right? Like graphically?
Oh, definitely.
It's weird to me that like this game's supposed to be like yeah, I'm looking at Arkham Knight right now and Arkham Knight like graphically looks superior to this. This is like really bad.
I mean, the game could be fun. It could be fun. I don't
Could
want
be
to
from the
knock it.
gameplay we've seen it. From the gameplay we've seen though, they really do a lot to make it look fun.
Yeah,
Also, it's got this annoying games as a service mechanic god damn it, that Marvel Avengers game did,
yeah.
which I don't know how that's gonna work for an Arkham game, but
This looks better than Avengers.
it looks better than Avengers, but it looks
I
worse than every other Arkham game.
I played Avengers to completion, so I kind of want to
Oh,
play
I'm
this.
sorry.
I kind of want to play this just because it looks. I don't know. It looks like it could be fun. Just the baseline of it looks like it could be fun. Even like the story. That was a good thing about Avengers. Like Avengers, like for how shitty the game was, it still got a good story.
Yeah, which is like embarrassing that the game was such a good story on that game has such fucking garbage gameplay, but I don't know. It doesn't anything I've seen it doesn't look impressive. So I don't think I'm gonna like it. That's why I'm not gonna buy it. Maybe I'll wait till the reviews come out. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think I am though, but I hope I am.
No, I don't. I don't think this is gonna review. I mean, I think it'll get middling reviews if anything, but I don't think it's gonna be terrible. You know. Now the 30 FPS shit on the new shit is insane to me.
Inexcusable.
That's like I don't know
Inexcusable.
why
I
you
don't
even
yeah.
you shouldn't even tell people that. You should just make them buy it without even
You
knowing.
shouldn't even release the game at that point. Like
Like I don't even know why you would bother, but just get it on PC.
is this like hold on.
Bunches of
According
numbers.
to this like article here, It's like just the console version that's gonna release at 30 FPS.
Oh yeah, the PS5
Oh
and
yeah, this is only coming out on current gen, huh? It's not coming out
yeah,
on last gen. Okay.
yeah.
So, but that's weird though, because like, what's holding it back? Like, it doesn't look that impressive. Like, what's holding it back?
No, it's got 4-player co-op, and it's a big open world city. So it's got a lot. It's got a lot of processing to do, man. They can't just you don't get that kind of power in a video game and expect 60 frames, dude. Are you kidding?
Like,
Uh,
Arkham Knight ran at 30 FPS, and that looked graphically a lot more impressive than this. It's like weird to me that like Gotham Knights. The first thing I criticized Gotham Knights when they shut off gameplay was this. I was like, this game does not look like a current gen game at all. And now to hear that's running at 30 FPS, I'm like, why? There's nothing here to like
yeah,
warrant that.
yeah. Blaze in the chat. What's up?
Oh, I gotta check something.
Yeah. Are you just baffled by this game? I'm probably
Yes, I am.
I'm probably gonna end up playing this just like I did Avengers. Because as bad as Avengers was, I still I found the fun, but
Guardians of the Galaxy look better than this, and it has a 60 FPS option on console. Like, I don't understand why this game can't handle that. This
uh,
is so weird. This is weird. I am like, my mind is like melting right now, like trying to comprehend what's going into this.
Blake said he put something on the Twitter about Bayonetta on in Discord.
Wait, what?
He put something in Discord about Bayonetta.
Who's they?
Clay.
Oh, Clay.
Um,
Like you said, they. I'm like, who's they? What are you talking about? Hold on, I'm checking out the Discord. Is it in video games? Yes, it is. Let's look at this. Okay, this is a
breaking
live.
news.
Yeah, breaking news.
Wait, here we go. Okay.
Oh, it's Helena Taylor explaining why she didn't
Hello,
voice
my name is
Bayonetta.
Helena Taylor, and I am the voice of Bayonetta, and I would like to explain to you why I didn't voice Bayonetta 3. The Bayonetta franchise made an approximated $450 million. That's not including merchandise. As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years. 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, with voice coach Barbara Barkery, and 4.5 years with the legendary Larry Moss in Los Angeles. And what did they think this was worth? What did they offer to pay me? The final offer to do the whole game as a buyout, a flat rate, was $4,000 US.
Ooh.
This is an insult to me. The amount of time that I took to work on my talent and everything that I have given to this game and to the fans. I am asking the fans to boycott this game and instead spend the money that you would have spent on this game donating it to charity. I didn't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. What they did was legal, but it was immoral.
Dude, that is insane. Wow, $4,000? What the fuck? No way, dude.
Crazy. There's more, but
What else could
just
she say that they like? That's
Hello, my name's Helena
yeah.
Taylor.
I'm not gonna watch the other ones, but I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe
I don't know
there's
what. That is insane. What? What? Oof. Oof. That is. Oh God, it sucked because like the game looks so fucking good. I'm really excited for this game, but I'm also like, I feel bad. Oh, I'm conflicted. I want to do the right thing, but Bayonetta 3 looks so good.
yeah. But then so they gave it to Jennifer Hale is doing the voice now.
Yeah.
I wonder like if they're giving her more or if they're like I wonder what's up with that. There's stuff going on here that I'm like now shit's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm there's like oh God, this is a bummer. This is a huge I wish I didn't hear that. Because now I'm concerned, like because Jennifer Hale is not like a small time actress either. Like she's been
She's
in voice acting
huge.
forever.
She's like
Yeah,
big. She's the one you get when you want the like when you want the best voice actress. You get her. Or you get who's the other one that does fucking
so like the
all the
big
voices?
voice actors are like, you know, God damn it, I know who you're talking about. You know, Nathan Drake's voice actor, Joel's voice actor. Their fucking names are escaping me right now. But Jennifer Hale, Tara Strong, Joe DiMaggio, like those are like big names. Like
Yeah,
so I understand how they would like be able to offer how they would be able to offer Helena Taylor, who is like a classically trained like actress, $4,000. They gotta be. There's no way Jennifer Hale they'd be able to offer that to Jennifer Hale. There's no way. At least I think there wouldn't be.
we don't know the we don't know like she said $4,000 was like the was low I guess for her, but we don't know what they don't usually we don't get we don't know what the going rate is, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know I don't have context for what anyone else like makes typically for like an acting gig. I know they've been fighting for royalties, so I don't think it's that much usually. Uh so I don't know what like the going rate is
Yeah, I don't know
cuz
the going rate either, because like I've heard seen interviews with like voice actors and stuff, and there's one interview that blew my mind. It was a very old podcast, a Persona 4 podcast called S Link FM. They're not around anymore, but they interviewed the actress for Chie Satonaka of Persona 4, Erin Fitzgerald, and they asked her like, do you get like do you get like free games or merchandise or stuff working? And she was like, no. Like honestly, the most of the gigs I do, they don't even pay me enough to afford the game. And I was like, are you serious? Like, what kind of gigs are you doing? Like, and she never
yeah.
really elaborated on that. So I'm like, I assume like, background voices, if you're just, guy in background screaming or something, it probably doesn't pay as much as like a title character. But she also went into the fact that like they can use their voices for like marketing, for example, and they don't get any royalties or payments for that, but Disney does. So she was mentioning how like if you want to do voice acting, like the only way to make it is to work with Disney because they pay you if they use your voice for like advertising, for example. Like if they show a trailer off for their one of their projects and your voice is in that trailer, they pay you for that too. You get residuals for that. And any merchandising material if your voice is used in that too. Like like an action figure that talks, like your voice, like they give you residuals for that
Yeah.
too.
That's
And
that's how it should be. Like that should be the
that's how it should
standard.
be. Yeah, that should be the standard. But apparently Disney's like one of the only ones that does it. Like video games don't do it. Most video game companies, most animation companies, anime, for example, doesn't do that. Which is crazy to me to to hear that. This is years ago. I saw this podcast, so I thought like maybe things have changed since then, but I guess not. That's embarrassing, dude. $4,000. Jesus. Oh, Jesus, dude. And Clay was saying if it was only voice work, I'd expect more. Yeah, me too, dude. If they're gonna give you like a buyout rate for it, it should be more. That's what's got me concerned is like if they're offering $4,000 to Helena Taylor, the original actress for Bayonetta, what are they offering Jennifer Hale? Like there's no way she would have accepted that for 4,000. At least I think she wouldn't. But then again, I don't know what the going rate is for voice actors. That could be like a normal price for her, and she's just been getting like fucking shit pay all these years. I don't know.
Yeah.
God, I'm curious now. I want to do some research. I think I'll have some more stuff like next week. I want to like if nothing happens this week, I want to talk about more about this next week when I do some more research on it because that's crazy.
Yeah, well, she only put this up like a couple hours ago, so I'm
Yeah,
sure there's going to be some more trickling out about this in the
yeah, I
coming
hope so.
days.
I want to
So,
hear more about this because this is crazy to me, dude. Especially since like a lot of stuff, this isn't like the only scummy thing I've heard about with like voice actors getting screwed. The actor for what was that, Fallout 4, the main bad guy that kidnaps your kid, what's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
No, hold on. God damn it. What's his fucking name? Kellogg. That's his name. Kellogg. He's like an ongoing like villain in Fallout 4. Like he's the one who like kidnapped your kid, and there's a lot of like stuff behind him. He's a major player in the story of Fallout 4. Apparently the actor that played Kellogg didn't know he was voicing a Fallout game. Because when they hired him on for a project without disclosing what the project was.
Oh, so he took less
And
pay than he would have if
he
he
took
knew.
less pay than he would have because he didn't know it was going to be this big game. And apparently that's pretty common. Like a lot of voice actors will come in and voice like major characters in a game and not even know what the game is.
Yeah,
And
but
they
I've kind
find
of
out like
heard that story before. It makes sense in terms of, hey, we want to keep this a secret. I don't know. I like that's like it makes sense from that perspective. But I think once you've actually like started recording, you should know. Like,
but by that point though, like even if you
yeah,
do find out mid recording, you've already signed a contract. Like
yeah,
you can't find out you like you go into it thinking, oh, this is like some generic sci-fi game or something. You find out, oh, this is a Star Trek game. You can't
yeah.
just ask for more money in the middle of it. Like that's not how it works. And apparently that's what happened with him. Like he didn't know it was Fallout for like the entire recording process. And it wasn't until like years later when Fallout 4 came out, he was pissed off because like if I had known that, my agent could have like haggled for more money, but they didn't even give us that chance.
Clay said people still buy it anyway, which is probably true. But
Yeah.
I think it's important to get some exposure on it at the very least, just get this in people's minds. Or because I know voice actors have been fighting for better pay for a while. I know Troy Baker is one of the big ones that was like, hey,
Yeah.
like I think even like when he like took one of his awards at the Game Awards, he was like, hey, you guys, like it's not all sunshine and rainbows out here. We don't really get paid that much, so
Which is crazy to me to like hear that. Like, I mean, I'm sure like the work's not even consistent either. That's the worst part. Like,
yeah.
Nolan North is a great example. He's in all kinds of games, and he's most recognizable from like Uncharted. But it's not like that's consistent. It's not like there's an Uncharted TV show that he's gonna have work with for the next like couple of years. It's whenever a new game gets announced. So
And that's the thing, they
It
just get paid
sucks.
like they just get paid a flat rate like that. So even if you like just do you do some recording for a random game, you get like, okay, here's $300. Even if that game ends up selling like millions and billions of copies, you've only just made $300. You don't get any residual sales after that. So
Exactly.
like
And even
that's
then, if like the game's good enough to do a sequel and you try to argue like, hey, I'm the voice of this character from your last game. It did well. I want more money for the sequel.
yeah.
They could just do what, Platinum did and be like, see ya, and then pick someone else who'll work cheaper. Like,
Yeah, and it's also the same for like the developers too. Like developers don't make anything after the game's made either.
yeah.
It's all like the publisher gets all of it. That's why a lot of them self-publish nowadays.
Yeah. Not just that too, but a lot of developers, like, I remember reading that some developers get a bonus on like Metacritic score, which is
Yeah,
bullshit. Like, it shouldn't be Metacritic score. It should be sales, but whatever. Like, God, that's insane, dude. Like the video game industry is like borderline like
garbage.
unsustainable. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
borderline unsustainable. So
so that's why they're doing all this microtransaction bullshit and fucking pre-order bonuses and yeah, that's why they do all this like scumbag shit because
yeah,
it's there's you just don't make you're trying to make that money.
yeah, exactly. Which is like crazy to me to like to hear this. Like, oh God, I wish I didn't hear the story because now I'm conflicted. Because I want Bayonetta 3. I've been asking for Bayonetta 3 for literally years. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, it's top supporter when it got announced. And now I'm like, it's enough to get me like stepping back. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't get this game, at least not day one. Like, God, that's so shitty. That is so shitty.
We're gonna follow that news because
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna
probably
follow
gonna.
that for sure.
I want someone to. I would expect Jennifer Hale's gonna come out and be like, "Hey, you're right," or something. I don't know. I want her to say something since she's taking her role. I don't know. I feel like she might have something to say too.
Oh, this is upsetting. This is so upsetting. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I'm definitely gonna follow this, like you said, but oh, this is upsetting. Um, Moving on to game releases, Figment 2 Creed Valley is dropping on PC and Switch on October 15th. October 18th, we got a Plague Tale Requiem dropping on everything. Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed is dropping on PC, PS4, PS5, everything else, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. And Them's Fighting Herds is finally coming to console. Switch,
Yeah,
PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. I need to hurry up and play this game, dude. Like, I actually heard this is like a really, really good fighting game.
yeah. I heard it was legit, man. I heard it was really, really good. Like aside from
Yeah.
the pony thing, which even that looks good, but the animation looks really fucking good. I have not
The
seen this in
animation's really
action.
good. Yeah, dude, the animation's really, really good. I say I gotta try it. That's kind of a lie because I did play it a little bit. My brother-in-law owned it, so I was hanging out with him one day. I played it with him, and it's good. It feels really good. Like it feels like Skullgirls, which is like a really, really good like comparison to give. Because Skullgirls is fucking amazing.
the
It's like masterclass like animation and mechanics. It's good. It's really good.
the fatalities look amazing.
Yeah.
Like these look incredible.
Yeah, dude, there's so much work in this. It's crazy.
I mean, this has been on my wish list for a while. It's been down to $8. So, yeah.
Really?
Well, the historical low is $8.
It hasn't been on my wish list, so I haven't seen it on sale. I'm gonna add it to my wish list now.
It's $11 right now on Fanatical. So,
It might be worth checking out. But yeah, this looks dope. And it's coming to console, so you can play it on your console of choice. It's not even that expensive a game. It's like what, like $20? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
which is like that's criminally low. Like I feel bad taking like paying $20 for that. I would feel bad because it's so inexpensive. Like Skullgirls is like $25. And that's not even like that's just the base game. Like the extra content stuff is extra. So it's crazy to be to like oh, excuse me, them's fighting herds, which is very, very good. You know, even very good, solid fighter is less than that. Like that's crazy. But I don't know. Like it's coming out pretty soon, so go pick it up for sure. You know, support indie devs because there's a lot of work in this game. I can see it just from the game. Like there's a lot of work in here. It needs to
Yeah.
be supported.
Oh, I didn't know they actually got Lauren Faust to do all the characters.
Yeah. So that's a funny story. So I actually know a lot about this game, which is
Okay.
just from hearing on the internet. So it started out as like a My Little Pony fighting game. Like just strictly, it was in the My Little Pony universe. The characters are all My Little Pony characters, and I can't remember who owns it. I think Hasbro sent them a cease and desist and told them to cut it out, which is crazy because they've shown off builds of the game at like My Little Pony conventions. It wasn't supposed to be like a paid game. It was going to be a free game that's going to release in the pony fandom. And there's footage of them playing it, like showing it off to people, like an unfinished build of it at conventions. And Hasbro caught wind of it and sent them a cease and desist so they can knock it off. And they were upset. And Lauren Faust like hit them up on Twitter and were like, "Hey, you know, it sucks that they did that. I can't do anything about it because Hasbro owns it. Even though it's my show, Hasbro owns it. Here's some original characters you guys can make your game with." And
Nice.
she just gave him a bunch of characters and she kind of oversaw like some of the character designs and stuff. And that's how we got this. It's really, really, it's a really interesting story, actually. Like, it's crazy. And
Yeah.
honestly, it's better for it, I think, because I don't even think My Little Pony's still around, right?
Oh no, it's still around.
Well, the how can I word it? My Little Pony is a brand, yeah, but I mean, like, that specific, like, series isn't around, right?
Not Friendship is Magic, maybe, but they have like different spin-offs. What is it? Is there an adventure mode? What is this?
Oh, yeah, it's got a story mode.
What in the world?
Yeah, it's got a story mode, and it's like a full-on like story mode. And
Oh,
it's actually got a tutorial built into it with like boss fights and stuff that teach you how to play the games. So the story mode teaches you like fighting game fundamentals, things like zoning, matchups, cross ups, all kinds of shit. Like advantages, punishes, even some hitbox stuff like are in the main campaign. It's crazy.
I'm gonna have to play this.
Yeah, I've been told by people if you're not like a fighting game fan, this game will teach you how to play fighting games.
Yeah, this is. I think the thing about fighting games that people don't realize is that it's not just because a lot of them you have to know like the inputs, right? And that's like a huge barrier right there. But then you don't not only have to know the inputs, you have to know when you're supposed to be using those inputs too.
Yep.
And that's like there's a whole like mind game of strategy that goes into a lot of fighting games that I wish it's one of the things that I liked about some of the other like Rising Thunder where it's just like hey all the inputs are just one button just in a direction and all you have to know is when you're supposed to be using it.
You
uh
would love the Power Rangers fighting game. It's exactly how it plays.
yeah.
Yeah. And the Power Rangers fighting game is what convinced me like you don't need like inputs to make a good fighting game. Because that game doesn't have them and it's still just as competent and like as like fulfilling as any other fighting game I played.
Yeah,
It's fucking phenomenal.
that's
And
I
it's on
feel like
Game Pass.
that's oh is it? I'm gonna
So
have to check that
yeah,
out
so go check it out. Yeah, for sure. Check it
because
out.
yeah, that's the biggest barrier for me is like there's so many inputs, and you fumble just putting the thing in, and yeah, you're not even like, you don't even know when you're supposed to use it. So
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think inputs are really fun. Like, I'm a person who thinks inputs are fun, but I can do them like consistently.
yeah,
Like, I can do like a quarter circle input. Sure, you can input without even thinking. It just comes out. So I can do an input about as fast as you can like push a direction and hit a button. I don't want to brag, but I've been playing fighting games for a long time. Inputs are a thing I don't even think about anymore. So to play like to when I went to Street Fighter or not Street Fighter Power Rangers, I was like, oh, I don't know, there's no inputs. But I tried it and I saw gameplay of it and I was like, okay, this looks good. I tried it. It's good. It's really, really good. And I recommend it. It's on Game Pass, so go give it a shot, dude. If inputs are like the thing holding you back, this game is a very competent fighting game without inputs. I was surprised how much I liked it.
okay.
Um, yeah, go check it out for sure. And them's fighting herds. I don't know if this game has inputs or not. I think it does, but it teaches you how to play. Like I've been told the story mode is very competent, teaching you not just how to play this game, but play fighting games in general. So check it out for sure. Yeah, support indie devs. Like that game, they put a lot of work into that game, and I can see it. So I'm surprised more people aren't talking about it. Next, we got October 19th. The Last Hero. I thought this was pronounced nostalgia, and you spelt it wrong. But no, I looked at that's how it's spelled. Nostalgaia.
Yeah.
Or Nostalgaia. Nostalgaia. I don't know. Cool name. I like that name a lot. And it's like a parody, almost tongue-in-cheek kind of joke adventure game. That it's funny because it boasts like full character customization with the characters like a stick figure.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like you don't see the character anyway under all that armor, so it doesn't matter what they look like really. I thought that was really clever. That's a fun like little joke there. But the game looks good. It's a Souls-like action RPG or action adventure RPG, and I think this is neat. Like I like this idea here. I don't know if the game has enough to hold itself up really as a full game, but I like the kind of meta tongue-in-cheek nature of the trailer and the description. I kind of want to check this out. And that's coming out on PC, Xbox One, and Series X October 19th, so check it out. The Last Worker is releasing on PC, and Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection is also releasing on PC October 19th. I forgot this was happening, honestly. Is that bad?
No. No.
Also, why is this coming out on PC but like none of the other Uncharted games? Like,
fair question?
kind of weird. You're starting with the last two games, but whatever.
Yeah.
October 20th, we got Jackbox Party Pack 9 releasing on everything, including Stadia and Luna. October 20th. October 20th, we got Mario plus Rabbids Spark of Hope. I forgot that was coming out this year. That game looks dope. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but it looks good. Second Extinction is also releasing PC and Xbox One and Series X. It's a dinosaur survival game.
I want to play this.
Yeah, I want to play this too. It looks like fun.
If this is coming to wait, there's already reviews for it. It's in early access right now.
Yeah.
Free on
It's
Epic.
been in early access since like 2020, I think.
I didn't know this was. I didn't know this.
I didn't
already...
either.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just randomly showed up on my Steam recommendations forever ago, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." Dinosaurs are cool, man. I wish we had more dinosaurs in games. Dinosaurs are cool.
Is this the same game that we're thinking of, or is this a different one?
What?
Well, I thought this was. Is there another dinosaur game coming out? Is this the one?
There's another dinosaur game. It's not Second Extinction though. Hold on.
The Dino Crisis one, the one that was like, "Oh shit, it's a new Dino Crisis," and they were like, "No." but
Yeah, that game's Exoprimal.
oh, okay, no, fuck this game. That's the one I want. Yeah, no, that's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, this ain't. Yeah, no, yeah, Exoprimal. Yeah, this ain't it. I was like,
This looks
damn,
fun
this.
though.
Yeah, it looks okay, but this
It's
ain't
on
what I'm
Game
looking
Pass
for.
too, so
Okay, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll try it.
I think that's where I saw it. Actually, I think I saw it on Game Pass, and I was like, I never even heard of this game. There was
Yeah.
another like dinosaur survival game that was like supposed to be pretty good. Can't remember what it was called though. Primal Carnage. That was it. That one's been out for like ever. I don't know if
Right.
it's good though. But yeah, Second Extinction. You can play it on Game Pass now. We got Ultra Kaiju Monster Rancher for Nintendo Switch. I've never heard of this game, but it's a kaiju monster collecting game,
Oh
which
yeah.
it's a cool idea. That's a really cool idea. I like that. I don't know if it's got enough substance to like stand on its own that long, but that's a nice idea. I like that.
Abdullah Cool Gamer is in the chat. It says, "Hey,
Yo, what's up?
hi, how you doing?"
We also got Warhammer 40K, Shootas, Blood and Teeth.
Shoot,
It's a
shooters,
Shootas, yeah.
shooters. Wait, is this
Yeah.
like a Rasta Warhammer game?
No, I think that's how the orcs talk in Warhammer.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah. Um,
That's a bummer.
yeah. You thought it was like some Rastafarian like Warhammer game?
Yeah, I
Or-
was like,
I don't know enough about Warhammer to make a joke there, so but yeah. It's from the developers of Guns, Gore, and Cannoli. It's a 2D run and gun platformer.
okay, okay.
Yeah, and it looks pretty interesting actually. I don't know dick about Warhammer though, so
Me neither.
but I know a thing or two about running gun shooters, so
Looks funny.
it does look funny. I guess Warhammer is a franchise that's ripe for humor. I wouldn't know because everyone takes it so fucking seriously all the time.
I was like, you can do anything with the boys. This is chaotic.
Yeah,
Well,
this
this
looks crazy.
yeah.
But it looks like it would actually be fun.
This has PvP.
How does that work?
Yeah. You know what it looks like? It looks like Soldat.
What?
Soldat.
Sold that? I never. Oh, sold that. I think I know what game you're talking about. Hold on.
Yeah. Old. It's like an old. Well, it's like this, but I wouldn't call it like it's side scrolling. Yes, but when I hear that, I'm thinking of like a Contra or something. But this is not. You're more like aiming your shots. Almost like a twin stick shooter, but side scrolling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Guns, Gore, and Cannoli, which is like another game that they did.
No one knows what that is.
You've seen it. You've seen it on like Steam sales before. I guarantee it.
Okay. Oh, Soldat is a much better compare. Everyone knows what Soldat is.
Never fucking heard of Sold That. You're crazy.
That might even be on
But
Steam.
whatever.
Oh, yeah, look at that. It's on Steam. Oh, there's Soldat 2.
Never fucking heard of this game, dude.
Um, yeah, it's like that, but it's like way more zoomed out. It's like Worms, but in real time. You're actually
Yeah,
controlling.
that's I saw that. Yeah. God, how many people can play in this game? It looks crazy.
It's like an MMO almost. Not really, but. Oh, that's a
Yeah,
battle
there's like
royale.
hundreds of people on there. This game looks dope.
Yeah.
This game looks awesome. I've never how have I never heard of this?
Yeah, yeah, this was back in the days, man. It was all about sold at. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, that looks crazy. But yeah, it's Warhammer 40K Shooters Blood and Teeth. October 21st, we got Gotham Knights coming out. Boo. Uh,
I might check it out. I might check it out just to
I
see.
will watch you play it so I can see if my suspicions are correct. We also got new Tales from the Borderlands dropping on everything, including Switch, which I wasn't expecting.
I
You gonna buy that? It's coming out the same day as Gotham Knights.
I might, yeah. Fuck. I might have to. I might have to. As a Tales from the Borderlands fan, I have to see how they fuck this up.
Then we got Persona 5 Royal coming out on everything: PC, Switch, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. Not PS4, because that's when it first launched. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the show, everybody. Thank you so much for coming, listening in. Clay, thank you for that breaking news.
Yeah.
This just in, because I wasn't gonna hear about that at all. I'm not on
Yeah.
Twitter, so I was not gonna hear about that if he didn't share it.
Yeah. And that's gonna do it, guys. Here.
Yeah. So sorry, tell people where they can find us.
Gameoverse. You can go to gameoverse.com and like everything's there. But you can also go to just gameoverse.com/Twitch, gameoverse.com/ is this loud? That seems loud.
No, I don't even hear it.
Okay, well, you don't even hear it. So, gameoverse.com, gameoverse.com/Twitch. go to YouTube, gameoverse.com/YouTube, and we just did a 10-hour long demo derby, playing some demos, checking out some new upcoming games. Games like Undecember and Cassette Beasts and Slay the Princess. So check that out. Those are on there. Everything's broken down by chapters. So you can go in there, find whatever game you want to look at, you're interested in seeing. Let's click on that, take you straight to it. So
Yep.
That's it. Other than that, I might check out that Arkham Knights. I might do that.
Gotham Knights.
I might have to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you play it. I'll watch you so I can like criticize it with you.
Yeah. It's I don't
But
know.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. In the meantime, everybody be good, be safe, be excellent to each other, and get vaccinated if you can.
Yeah.
Peace out.